Trump claims 93% support in polls. It may not be necessary to hold an election, according to Donald Trump, who asserted that surveys reveal that like 93% of the population feels they were better off during his presidency than Joe Biden's. Is your situation improved under Biden and Kamala than it was under Trump? Not in my opinion. During his rally in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania on Saturday, Trump claimed, they do polls on this stuff and I'm at like 93%. Therefore, I questioned, why are we holding an election? There was no election. What is the purpose of holding an election? Newsweek was unable to locate a survey that asked Americans if they felt better off since Biden took office. Nonetheless, polls on this issue definitely support Trump. 93% of respondents said things have grown worse. By email, Newsweek reached out to Trump's team, requesting additional information and clarification regarding the specific survey to which he was alluding. Between July 8 and July 10, researchers from the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan surveyed Americans for Financial Times and discovered that 49% felt their financial situation had worsened since Biden assumed office, while just 18% felt it had improved. The same pollster found the same results in August when asked the identical question, 50% worse off under Biden and 19% better off. In the same survey, the first after Kamala Harris assumed the Democratic nomination, the question of who voters trusted more with the economy had a statistical tie between Trump and Harris, 42% for Trump and 41% for Harris, with a margin of error of plus or minus 3.1%. On that subject, Trump had a 41-35 lead over Biden in the July survey. The Economist commissioned a YouGov study from July 27 to 30 that revealed 44% of American people feel their financial situation is worse now than it was a year ago, while just 13% feel it is better. This is not the first time that Trump has brought up the idea of doing away with democracy. In fact, it was in a follow-up comment that he said that the rumored polls were so overwhelmingly in his favor that an election might not be necessary. Trump stated that Christians will not be required to cast ballots in elections following July 20, 2024, when speaking at the Believers Summit in July hosted by the conservative organization Turning Point USA. Christians, this is the time to cast your ballot. According to him, you're no longer obligated to do it. Guess what? We're talking 4 more years. We will resolve this issue. Everything will work out perfect. Voting will no longer be necessary for you, my lovely Christians. Despite what he termed massive and widespread fraud and deception, the former president expressed doubt in a 2022 Truth Social post about the constitutionality of overturning the 2020 election results. Everything in the Constitution, along with all other laws and regulations, can be abolished due to a massive fraud of this scale, he said. False and fraudulent elections were not something our great founders wanted or would tolerate. Trump has persisted in making bogus claims about election fraud ever since he lost the 2020 race to Biden. Many judges, the Homeland Security Department's Cyber Division, and even his own Attorney General, William Barr, have all rejected the accusation as without merit. But if everything's honest, which we anticipate it will be, a lot of reforms have been done over the last few years, but if everything's honest, I will completely accept the results, he stated in May during a campaign rally in Wisconsin, referring to the impending presidential election. In response to Newsweek's question about Trump's stance on the 2020 Biden election, Trump spokesman Stephen Chung emailed, "So is your argument that people should accept dishonest elections?"